Hey folks, welcome to Market Technical Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com for Wednesday, December 26th, 2007. Well, it's a little after 4:30 here on the East Coast in New York, and just surveying the markets as we end this year. We have a few more trading days in the year, and it's been one wild ride, to be honest. It has been truly a wild ride. So, as we look across the board here at what's gone on, you have to marvel at the markets, their resiliency in the face of so much problems in the subprime and the credit. And let's keep in mind, for the year, all the indexes are up nicely, especially the NASDAQ. So considering what's going on out there, it's held up very well. Now the question remains, where do we head in the near term and in the long term? And we're going to delve into that here as we get into today's video. First off, I just want to touch base on where we've come from. About a week ago, I sat down with my partner and we did some analysis, and we foresaw this little rally that we've been having here. And it was about a week to week and a half ago when we first started saying, all right, everyone's not expecting a Santa Claus rally, a year-end rally. And based on a few technical indicators, which we pointed out on the charts, about key breakdown areas that weren't confirmed, some other factors, we saw in the forefront a rally in the markets, which we've gotten. Now, as of last Friday, we had said a lot of this rally had been factored in about 3 days of rally. We had about 120 points up on the NASDAQ, and here you're looking at the NASDAQ. And after that, we still gave an upside bias to this market, but a muted upside bias, meaning that the market would most likely move sideways to up, but you're not going to see the 30 to 50 to 70 point rally days that we had seen in the previous days. And that's exactly what's going on here, folks. We see the NASDAQ ending up about 11 points today, and we saw the Dow moving up about 2 points, the S&P up 1.2. Oil moved up nicely, and oil we should watch now because oil is approaching $100 very quickly now. So we have to keep that in mind. And I've been saying all along, even when oil pulled back here, that oil is as an even number play, and those in the chat understand the even number play. Even though it approached 100 and pulled back to about 90, you still have that same even number play coming to fruition, and it should move through 100 and take out that 100 before it possibly does a little pullback, maybe at 105, 104, somewhere in that realm, pulls back below 100 again after a move through. So I still do think I'd be very shocked if oil didn't move through 100 over the next couple months, and we will continue to monitor that. Now, one thing I want to point out on this chart, and then I'm going to get into some stock plays, because I just have to say a couple wonderful things about the chat room today. We just had probably the best day in a month, maybe the best day in a month or two in the chat room. And for everyone, especially myself, going into today, I was kind of saying, okay, the volume's going to be insanely light. It probably won't be a great trading day. Well, it was the exact opposite. There were plays almost every minute of the day. I mean, you just looking back and forth across the market, across our watch lists. And mind you, we have a large watch list, but there were plays going off left and right. Most of them in the Chinese sector. We capitalized many, many times for a great deal of money today. And my hat goes off to everyone in the chat room who kept their eyes open with me, and we kept on helping each other make tons of money. So a very nice day nonetheless. So let's talk about this market here. One thing I want to point out. First of all, this is what we had talked about here in the rally. We talked about a rally happening right here. We saw the move below the 200 moving average on the NASDAQ. Then the next day we did not confirm that move. The next day we closed a point above the 2600 mark, or back above the 200, and the rest was history after that as we moved right back up here, taking out the 20 moving average, the 50 moving average to the upside. Now, over the last couple days, Monday and today, we've seen kind of a sideways trade to positive trade, which is what we've been expecting. And believe it or not, now that we are above these moving averages, we may see sideways even retest this moving average intraday multiple times. What I am seeing here is a little resistance coming into the market right around here. Okay, you can see this top, all right? You have a two top right here, and you draw the long line straight across, and you're likely to run into a little resistance here. All right, now in the next couple days, should we get above this line and confirm that move, well then, hey, listen, I don't think it's going to happen, but you got to look at all options as a trader and understand and be ready for all options, and we could see a move up anywhere in this realm, okay? These are two lines I've calculated to areas. This would be the first line where I'd look for a move to, and then if we break that line, then you're moving back to the highs on the NASDAQ, okay? Now, to be honest with you all, I personally think this is going to be a little resistance here. We maybe go a little bit above it, but long story short, I do think in January at some point we will retest these lows, and I'll be honest with everyone, and let me move that cursor back there. I think at some point we will probably take out this low down here and make a new low before we finally end this washout based on the subprime credit issues going on. We have to all remember that these subprime issues, they're going to spread. All right, when you have credit issues in a market, it starts out in one sector, or one area, but it often spreads to other sectors. And I've been reading multiple articles about how credit card bills now are being, not getting paid off in the same way, and people aren't able to pay their credit card bills. And believe it or not, it's subprime now, but it's going to move over to prime eventually as well, unless they do some serious maneuvering to save this market. So let's keep that in mind. And now I'm not calling for any Armageddon by any stretch. So let's not get carried away here. I know many people jump on the bandwagon one way or the other. I'm a trader. I just trade whatever I see. Today was a great trading day. I traded it. We made money. If tomorrow might be a bad trading day, I sit on the sidelines. It doesn't matter. I'll trade whatever I see, long, short, up, down, whatever. So the point being here is that let's keep in mind that, yeah, maybe we break this low, maybe we go back to March lows, maybe even a little lower over the next month or two, but it's just a normal washout. And keep in mind, the NASDAQ's up something like 10% for the year, so even a 10% decline from this point to 270 points would not be, so what? We go back to being flat on the year, and or next year we move down 10%, taking out this year's gains. It's still not a disaster by any stretch. Now, let's keep in mind a few other technical points here, and I'm going to move into the ES chart here. Actually, let's look at the SPY. As you can see here, the SPY is meeting some hard area right here. There's about 3 moving averages it's hugging around here, and this is going to be some significant resistance. Should this climb above here, you could possibly see a move up on the S&P or the SPY to this point here, which on the SPY looks to be about 153 and change, or 152 and high change, somewhere around 153 on that chart. All right. But right now, we're still seeing if we can stay above this. If we can't stay above these 3 moving averages, and we have a day where we close back below, then in that case, I would look for a move back lower, probably in this realm here in the near term, to see that point. Now, one thing I want to point out, guys, is look at the volume over the last 3 trading days. All right, this is the SPY. It's easy to see here. All right, you can't go wrong looking at this volume. I mean, there has been no volume in this market. The last 3 trading days, ever since this point. So this is before then. So this move up from this line here to the top here has had no volume in it, and I don't like that as a technician. All right, as looking at that and appreciating technical analysis, you never like to see a move up on light volume because it usually doesn't have much support behind it. It's very easy for large money to push this up, to take this out, and to continue to push it up if there's no volume in the market. Once volume returns in January, then we'll see really where this market sits. And, we'll have to keep it abreast, everyone abreast of what's going on in this regard. All right, now let's forget this. We got a couple minutes left. Let's talk about some plays, because let me just tell you, the chat room was amazing today. As I said, I strongly encourage everyone to come join it. I'm sure people in the chat room, I know of a few that made thousands of dollars today trading. So if the chat room's $199.95 a month, that's $199.95 a month, and you just made $1,000 or more. I mean, think about that. Risk reward or profit wise. Now granted, maybe there are people that didn't make that much, and I'm sure there are in the chat room, but that's a great day, no doubt about it, folks. And considering the cost of the chat room, it's probably one of the best ways to learn, and people will tell you that. You can come join the chat room for a month, and people will tell you how wonderful it is, how we teach, how we discuss, how we answer questions, and it's a forum for everyone to get involved in. So let's look at some of the plays today. CPSL, one of the great plays today. Look at this jump up here, folks. Almost $1 on a $5 stock. This is what we caught today, right there. Just a tremendous move up. We played it easily there from about $5.75 all the way over $6 for about a 30-cent gain on that play on a couple thousand shares there. People did a wide range in the chat room from many thousand to 1,000 or whatever, but money was made there. Let's look at some other ones. NOEC. This is another Asian play, a Chinese play. Huge move up today, up $1.12 on a $5 stock. Now let's look at one of the biggest ones, CTDC, China Tech Development. This has solar connections. The stock was up 70% today. Just amazing moves in the Chinese sector. I can go on and on here. CHNR. This has been a classic play that we've always played along the in many days situations, as it has had major moves. Look at these moves on the daily chart. All right, and here's the move today. So my point being is just a phenomenal trading day today across the board. Anything that had Chinese in the title that was traded on the NASDAQ did exceptionally well today. Just a wonderful day across the board. And overall, you never know what you're going to get. So you come to trade, you're ready to trade. If it's there, you take it. If not, you don't. But the important thing is we were ready today, we capitalized, and it was a great trading day. So come join the chat room. Also the swing trade alerts, come join the swing trade alerts, come join the options alerts. If you need one-on-one help, we do offer that as well. Just ask for it or sign up for it on the website under private consulting. Come join us. We'd love to have more. Have a wonderful day, guys. We'll analyze the market tomorrow. It's going to be a light week. Be prepared for that. Take care, and I hope everyone had a great holiday. Take care.